5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your invisible clown horn is showing. So, big hello to you. Welcome to the Monday Club.
If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Yay!
Big hello to you.
All the trains are working perfectly.
Except
there isn't
the
any
one that
problems.
I'm trying to get working. I'm on the second loco that I've tried, and it's being naughty.
Also, Gandalf, what is it you wanted to say?
A Monday Club is never late, Toto Wagons, nor is it early. It arrives as precisely when it means to.
You've been on the drink, haven't you, Gandalf?
What would make you think that?
Yes.
You're my best friend, you are.
Tell us something we don't know.
Yes.
So, big hello to you. Somebody said that Laurie is trying to compete directly with us. I think somebody should perhaps mention to him that there is a very well-established show goes out between 7 and 9 on a Monday. I don't know who it is, but it would be awfully rude to muscle in on their territory.
I've heard of this show. Is it by someone called Kenny Jug?
Who, what? Anyway, big hello to Robert Becking, Ben Tullett, Patrick Ling, Houston WHAP, Thomas West, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, Mousehole Rail, Ridgeway Park 00, David Dorrell, Dennis Christiansen. He says, hello from Coscob, Connecticut.
Hello.
Ooh, Connecticut Yankee in the Monday Club. Zach Farnworth, hello to you. Ron's Garden Railway, Simon Trains Mother Railway Showcase, Hot Dog Pilot 63, Warbler Productions, Flymo Chairman 1, Robert Silver, Harry Sedgwick, Southern Train Girl says, hi everybody, just recovering from a 1 hour and 30-minute journey, turning into a 5.5 hour of hell to get home from friends in Kent last night. Oh my word, of course. There was a lot of snow and ice.
Oh my
Certainly,
goodness.
when I went out at 1 a.m. this morning, it was quite cold.
Bit chilly, was it?
It was very, very chilly, it must be said.
Bit chilly, governor.
Yes. Gone Loco says, thanks Jenny and Zoe. Monday Club Wagon arrived Saturday at a gig tonight, so we'll watch tomorrow. Brilliant. I'm glad it's gone to a good home. Of course,
glad it's arrived.
as people might remember, we did the competition last week, so prizes have been posted out, so hopefully they will all be, the Monday Club Wagon has arrived as an early Christmas present, and thank you everybody who joined in.
But does that mean that they opened their Christmas present early? Ooh,
Did you actually send?
I didn't send it as a Christmas present. I'm not that cruel.
You didn't think about that. You could have
did.
wrapped it up in
did
wrapping
think that.
paper and put a little thing on saying a present from you to from me to you.
I almost did it as from Santa, but then it kind of wouldn't have worked because it was from Jenny. Also, Jenny, do we have a sponsor today?
Yes, we do. Today's Monday Club comes in association with Rails of Sheffield, who buy second-hand from single items to full collections. No collection too big, no collection too small. They are the name to sell to, the name to trust. Try them today for a competitive quote and quick payment, either in cash or alternatively as store credit. They will not cherry-pick from your collection. They will take it all. So now is a great time to perhaps move on some items that you're no longer enamoured with and use it as an opportunity to pick up something new. Sell to the name you can trust, Rails of Sheffield. Find all their details in the description box down below. So we've got Andy81E, hello Monday Club, best night of the week. Brilliant. Yeah, something's being naughty down there. You've missed it.
I know, but I'm trying to bring up the naughty cam. We have lost camera one.
Oh,
it is the naughty cam.
Yeah.
Tut.
Windowser has blasted through and done countless damage to our streaming abilities. Haywood Junction, big hello to you. Krista Duke. Bluegrass Rail fan says, basically feels like spring here. 50 Fahrenheit today, which is like 10 C. Oh, right. So you've got the warmer weather. I must admit, it's been unseasonably warm here. It's a very British thing to do to talk about the weather. But what's in the news? Well, first of all, we have sad news that long-time stalwart of the exhibition circuit, in particular, Eileen's Emporium, has yesterday served notice that unfortunately they have gone into administration. And unfortunately, this is probably a fallout of a whole host of different things, not least Eileen's Emporium, I'm guessing, made a lot of their trade on the exhibition circuit. And with 2 years of lockdown, that has obviously been hard on an awful lot of businesses. And whilst the hobby as the whole has grown, when your business model is about face-to-face sales at shows, that's going to be very, very difficult. So it's with great sadness that Eileen's Emporium has unfortunately gone into administration. Warbler Production says the light-coloured TARDIS is sitting on top of the tunnel portal behind the water tower and shunters. Yeah, it is, actually.
Are you sure?
Yes, it is.
Are you absolutely?
Yeah, and Harry Cedric absolutely. Cam 1 fails at the first hurdle.
The worst part is, before we went
reinstalled
live,
drivers.
it was fine.
Yeah, but no, we did have a failure, so we
I
reinstalled the drivers, and it seems that the Windows downgrade that they forced on us, even though we told it not to upgrade, has screwed over the stream, so we'll have to...
Beatbox like it ain't no thing.
DL Warren says, I thought I'd be clever and cover my car up last night to avoid scraping it. The cover stuck to the car and it took me longer to get it ready. Now, pro tip, I've seen people try this with a piece of cardboard across their windscreen, and they put the windscreen wipers on top to hold it down.
Cardboard absorbs moisture.
Cardboard absorbs moisture, and you try chiseling that stuff off your windscreen. Yeah. Peter Jackson Cheel Heath says, I see a Kobo.
Do you?
Absolutely, yes. We've changed this angle a little bit, so there is a Kobo over here. It was actually running, and has last minute been swapped for the 8F, which is causing a little bit of a nuisance of itself as well. The reason was, for some reason, the Kobo started to squeal. I'm going to have to strip down the transmission, I think. Are you finished? Stop it. Bluegrass Railfan says, went to the first big train show in a few years on Saturday. Few vendors were missing. It was noticeably empty, sadly.
This is the worst part. Some of the veterans of the shows are going to suffer because there weren't shows.
Yeah, Ben Tullett says, oh, that is sad to hear. Eileen's Emporium were at one of the local exhibitions near me this year.
I remember, I think it was...
You bought some stuff from them,
yeah.
didn't you? Yeah.
I can't remember what exactly it was. I'm pretty sure it was the last couple of bits from the...
I think it was a Great Electric Train show.
Yeah, from the Castles range that I was looking for. And I picked it up from them. And it's really sad to see people go like that.
Oh, big hello to Wardle Road. Great to see you in. How's the brake van going? A bit frosty there, I guess.
It looked decent on his last video.
Actually, it is coming along nicely. It certainly looks a lot better than the sad shack on wheels that you started out with. And of course, you have got a nice little stove in there. Get that fired up. It'll be nice and snug. Also, have you considered... putting insulation, fireproof insulation in between the walls. So what you need to do is between the outer and inner skin, fill the void with something like rock wool.
Jen, will you stop?
It will make it so much more comfortable. Seriously, same in the roof. That will make a big difference, and it'll be really snug in there.
Jen is a massive, massive fan.
I am a huge fan of insulation. J94, big hello to you. Patrick Ling says, thanks for my prize. It came on Saturday.
Yeah.
You're absolutely welcome.
You got the signed book.
That was the signed book. And don't forget that those books are available. There's probably a link down below. If not, I'm sure that the Cupboard Monkey will post a link where you can get hold of all of my books.
They're in the link in the thing. 156 Andrew, Cupboard Monkey, have you been drinking Iron Brew recently? I have not. I don't. Iron Brew, made in Scotland from Girders.
Rule 1 Model Railway says, I like insulation too. Yeah, represent the insulation crew. Wardle Road says, team insulation. Yeah, there will be some insulation of some kind when the bank balance allows it. Seriously, just get yourself a big roll of rock wool. Pro tip for you. Whilst it comes about, it's probably about 5-6 inches thick on the roll, you can actually roll it out and peel layers off, and they come off cleanly. So you can make your big roll of insulation into 2 rolls of thinner insulation, which is more suited to fit into the gap that you've got. So pro tip for you there. James Pett says, I approve of insulation. I'm wearing thermals. Oh, excellent! Yes, personal insulation is always good. I just always think of those cartoons where you'd have the little kids in the onesie thing with the little flaps, so you could go to the bog, like Little House on the Prairie, and it's like
every single character in the Beano.
Yeah, or actually a lot of Disney things.
Yeah, the Lost Boys.
Yeah, the little flap for easy access. Oh, what do you... No!
There was nothing in it.
I thought that was my full one.
No.
I thought that we had the clumsy cupboard monkey spreading beer everywhere. Ivor Junction, big hello to you. Roger Windsor says, in my best possible Dixon of Doc Green voice, evening all. Hello. What's going on here then?
Not a lot.
Yeah, SHGP Media, big hello to you. Great to see you. And what else is in the news? Well, when the Blanche, Linda and Charles were, and that is starting to annoy me, that Locomotive.
You've got a dirty piece of track.
No, it's always in the same place. A lot of Locos have an issue with that, and despite soldering everything up, it should be perfect, but it isn't.
But it's not.
Yeah, okay, legit. Like less jibber jabber, more letting Jenny talk.
She
just talks over me.
Jibber jabber.
Sarah Davis says, whoa, shaky cam or earthquake on Weir Yard.
No, that was me moving my chair.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yes. So it was an earthquake of sorts. Dongits Model Railway says, hello, everyone. What have I missed? Just unfortunately, the news that Eileen's Emporium have sadly gone into administration. And we are also going to talk about the new announcement, the Christmas announcement from Bachmann. Now, anybody who bought Blanche will know from looking at the instructions that pretty dead certain that they were going to do the tender version with and without the front pony truck. And they have announced the version now of Linda with as the 040 guys, but with tender. So this is how she ran in the early days on the Festiniog Railway. And they're saying that should be in the shops in the next couple of weeks. And that looks to be a really, really good development on the 009 front. Certainly, 009 really is an amazing gauge in scale to work to work in. Now, Wardle Rose says, Jenny, what was the insulation called? I forgot. Going to look it up. It's just called rock wool, and you get it B&Q. It comes in a big roll, in a plastic covering, and what you do is just roll it all out, and then, and it's designed to go in your loft, but it's fireproof, and then you kind of just grab hold of the thickness that you want, and then you peel that off, and you end up with basically like 2 or even 3 lots. Now, if you want to cut it into strips, another pro tip for you, say, for example, you've got 2 vertical uprights in wood and you want to cut a piece of insulation to fit directly between them. Take your ordinary wood saw and with the insulation still in the plastic outer, measure how much you want for that strip and then literally saw it off. Then roll that out. You can then peel off, put it in, and it's so easy to work with once you get to grips with that. Hello to Jennifer Horton. Great to see you. James Petts, of course, approves of 009. I just got this vision of him in his white linen suit with the with the hat on, and it's like, yes. The man called James Petts, he say yes. I'm talking rubbish. Right. Yeah. So, in terms of other news, now we also have. I'm just checking that the camera comes up because that one was being naughty earlier on. You're welcome, Wardle Road. Absolutely worth its weight in gold. And if you can get it in the roof as well, it will not only keep the van a lot warmer in winter, but it will keep it a lot cooler in summer as well. Make it actually possible to sleep in there. Rule 1 Model Railway says James Petts approves. And James Petts says, talking of the well-insulated shed earlier, anyone who does modelling in the shed, do be careful to make sure that the shed does not get below freezing, as any acrylic paints will be ruined. Absolutely, you've got to be so careful. And with a lot of these things, I'm going to change that Loco because it is annoying me. But yeah, there's a lot of things. Paints do not like freezing. Now, oil-based paints, you're going to have to take them down to quite a low temperature for them to freeze. But water-based paints are very vulnerable in weather like this. Crossways Point Junction Model Railway, big hello to you. Leslie Gilpin Railway says, don't skimp on insulation. Absolutely. It is the best money that you will ever spend. And certainly with a loft conversion like this, a lot of insulation is good because it helps keep the rest of the house warm as well, which is always good. So you can always
spend.
Absolutely. Shut up, cupboard monkey.
I'm not entirely sure. I once went to this really good fun house, and that was the best money I ever spent.
No.
It's true. It had all the mirrors and everything. It made you look fat and thin and fat again.
Right, I think, cupboard monkey, what you need to do is bring the gift of silence to this show. Right, I'm going to stop that 8F. So the 8F and the Kobo are new old stock that were picked up on a filming trip to a shop, and I think both of them need something of a service. So it probably just needs pickups adjusting, but certainly, yeah, I'm just looking there. It's picked up a lot of dirt. Let me see if that will fix it. So, other news. We have got the Rapido N-Gauge Class 28 has finally started to come through. We've got a full review of that. So, for N-Gauge modelers, do look out. We are doing a full review of the Rapido trains Class 28 Kobo and the Conflat P, which were the wagons that the very famous Condor Freight, which stands for Container Door-to-Door Delivery, were made up of. And it was a great... why is there carpet fluff in this? I bought it new old stock, but it's actually got what appears to be carpet fluff in it. So.
Someone's been running it on the carpet.
Yeah, so that's probably why it's been a little bit shaky.
Yeah.
So, certainly, just looking through there.
Bluegrass Rail Fan says, curious about the 28. I've never seen a 5-axle locomotive before.
Oh, well, we did have it running on one of the cameras. There is Class 28. It's an unusual wheel arrangement born out of axle loading issues, just slightly overweight to be a Bobo. So they made it a Kobo. And funnily enough, even though it's a Type 2, it actually had very, very good grip, simply because it had that extra bogie that... God, there is carpet fluff all over this.
Well, that would explain why it's not working very well. If everything in it, all the fibres are getting caught around the axles, that's going to make it very hard to turn.
No, it's not that. They're getting caught around the ends of the pickups, which in turn means that it's not getting good continuity. Will you stop messing about with that and talk to the nice people?
The new station Teddy's here. Hello.
Yeah, if you
Are you all ready to go?
Zoe, stop messing about and talk to the nice people. No, I don't love it.
Ruben Ashwell says, what was that on the Jenny count? This is one of the Railway Bears. This is a Station Master Bear from a set called the Railway Bears. Hello there. Hello. I am very, very important, you know. Yes, I am. I'm the station master.
Let's see if this works
master
now.
of the stations. Oh, yes. He's very, very cuddly.
Is he?
Yeah, oh yes, he's very cuddly. So there we are, he's rather nice. So are you trying this out now?
I'm just going to see if it gets over this okay.
We'll see.
And... No! It didn't make a slightest bit of difference.
There we go.
Right. Also, don't forget, somebody mentioned to Laurie that he's muscling in on my slot. It's like, does he not know about the
This is
Monday
my
Club?
patch!
Yeah, it's my patch. We've got heavy people. Seriously, they're bending the floor. Right.
James Pett says the little bear is quite cute. Is there a signaler bear? There was a different one, wasn't there?
I think there might be, you know. We got it at Settle Station, which gives you a clue where
Oh,
we've
sorry.
seen.
This is the signalman. This is the signal bear. And he has two brothers, apparently. George the guard and William the station master.
Oh, right.
So this guy's the signalman.
Oh, right, so you've got the signalman.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
I should read his hat. It says signalman on his hat.
Yeah,
You
that
can't
would
see
be the
it.
giveaway. Big hello to Oliver Farmer, great to see you. Trackside Mike as well. Darren Faulkner. We're getting a good turnout. Ralph Giles, great to see you. In Stevie Film. Gordon McIlroy. Barnabas Junction says hands up if you're still waiting for the Acura Scale TPE pack. Well, I put my hands up, but I didn't order one.
And Oliver Farmer says hi and then shows an awful lot of pink palms.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, it's juddering, but it is actually getting round.
So what
now.
it suggests is that it just needs a little bit more servicing.
Ralph Giles has just ordered my Class 28 and N-Gauge from Hattons. Can't wait. And actually, one of the liveries that Rapido are doing in N-Gauge for the Class 28 Kobo is in a What If RTC livery. And that's my top tip. If you're buying one of those and you do the more modern image, do consider that, because I think that that's the standout livery. Although the sample that we reviewed was the BR Green with the half yellow ends.
I have to say, I do love this increase in What If liveries. It's
Oh, yeah.
so nice to see.
Absolutely, and we do actually have a few here at Weir Yard, including a Class 17 in Rail Freight distribution. No, so Rail Freight Red Stripe livery. We've got a Class 35 in Dutch livery, and I do like them. What I'd love to see is a Class 04 shunter from Bachmann with a tops number. James Hardy asks, what's the weathered locomotive running, Jenny? That will be
Is that your 8F?
That's an 8F, a Stanier 8F, but supposedly new old stock, but it has a lot of carpet fluff around its pickups, which leads me to think that maybe it isn't.
You can't really complain. You got something that you really wanted.
Yeah,
for a
Melchester
long
Model
time.
Railway says, why aren't my comments showing? I think you'll find they are.
What?
Bluegrass Rail fan says, I'm guilty of mixing eras, I must say. I think it's great to do it. At the end of the day,
What's wrong with mixing ears?
remember, hobbies are supposed to be fun. And part of the funness of hobbies is doing what you want. 57305 Northern Princess says, I wish Hellion would do the Class 28 in RTC for 00 gauge. Absolutely. I did ask about that. I spoke to Ben Jones at Hellion. And I think the issue is that there's no planned rerun of the Class 28 in 00, which is a shame because it does sell very, very well second-hand. And quite simply, I think the market is there for a rerun. B. Mozza, big hello to you. And Mark Wilson says, I'm still waiting for Hornby's top field tinderbox.
So I'm doing a TT120 build over in the corner while Jen talks, and this is the GWR signal box.
James Hardy says it might have run on the carpet in the Hornby factory. No, I think that actually it's probably a second-hand item that's got mixed up with the new stock items.
Yeah.
And because these have been in store for a very long time, I think people have forgotten what's second-hand and what is brand new old stock.
Can't be helped.
But to be honest, at the price I got it for was very competitive either way, so I'm not complaining. Rick Morley, big hello to you. Barry Turner says, love to see the brake vans. Reminds me of the number 66 bus. Wait all day and then they all run up together. Yeah, we've got, it's the Inland Waterway and Docks number 12. This is the Planet Industrials locomotive. So I'm just going to bring up, we'll see it coming into view just from behind the chat. But I've got a Hornby Stania brake van in NC, no it's not NCB blue, it's Bertie the brake van in S&T blue with yellow ends. Then we've got a Satlink liveried Pilbrox brake. Then we've got a mainline blue liveried Shark even. Then there's a air brake liveried brake van, a rail freight distribution one. Then we've got I do know what that one. We've got a different rail freight distribution one. We've got res liveried, rail freight distribution. We've got the one that got used, I think, as EMU coupling translator. Engineers olive green in electrification with the wasp stripes. I got there in the end. Another rail freight distribution. And then a different rail freight distribution. I think that's metal sector or something. Load haul, shark, olive green, and then Dutch at the end. So, oh, there we go. And I do love my brake vans. Going to the dogs, Bertie the brake van was based in the northwest. It was actually based at Chester, and for many years could be seen at Chester Station. Brian Bell, controversial. Love to hear everybody else's comments, but TT120, he says, will be the downfall of Hornby.
I'm going to say it won't.
I don't think it'll be a downfall.
It may not go very far. It may end up being one of those liveries that people later on make retrospectives about. Like, do you remember this?
No, I think that, as mechanically, they're sound. In terms of the quality of the models, I think will be there. We have asked whether we can get hold of a review sample. Really, really would love to take.
I was about to actually just pick one up, like the Scotsman or something. However, I looked at the site and it's all still up for pre-order.
Yeah,
but you've got to remember
not here yet.
When you're saying, "Oh well, mechanically it's sound," yeah, but so was Live Steam.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll stick around. I think it'll remain a little bit niche. But I think it'll make its own niche. There's certainly there are modelers interested in TT120.
I really want to see it work because I'm working on a little thing here, which will be a monkey build, the first of our TT120s, and. It's nice. It's lovely. Look at this. Look at it.
Can I just
size and shape?
That does look quite nice. That signal box. It does. It's one of the etched, very thin wood kits from Pico.
Yeah.
And these are really great quality. I don't know why. Oh, there you are. Can I just say, anybody wondering, beverage of choice is Birra Moretti Zero, which we will be glugging back. It is alcohol-free. Posh Dan, big hello to you. 156 Andrew, Rule 1 Model Railways, says, I have Mark 5s in TPE and 00 and N-Gauge on order. Excited.
Nice.
The Acura Scale Class 92 Electric has started being dispatched. So look out for those. And hopefully we'll be able to get one to do a review on this channel. But that does look to be something special. New Junction says the TT sets have all sold out for Hornby. Looks to be a win for them.
Excellent.
Yeah,
that's good news.
I think that there are some people who really want to see Hornby fail, and I think that would be very bad for the hobby.
Oh my goodness.
But TT, I think, is something that it's niche. Let's not get away from that. Other manufacturers have dabbled in 009 because they think it would be more commercially successful. The idea of reinvigorating a scale that hasn't really been a mainstream scale is a very daring move. Now, what I saw of the models at Worley, they were on display on the Hornby stand, is that they do look good. You know, these are not toy-like. They are detailed. They really do look something special.
Also-
And yeah, Ham Shackleton, I think you're right actually. Suspect that TT120 is going to be a slow burner, as a lot of people have already gone to N or OO.
Yeah, you're probably right. But here's the thing: people saying, "Will it be the death of Hornby?" I think that would be bad for the hobby. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's going to be the death of Hornby.
I'm sorry to
have
everyone
been
who
around
says
for over 100 years.
Well, not just that; they've been through various owners. But
Oh, yeah.
what I'm going to say is, Hornby is what people know. Hornby is the name recognised brand. If they go down, that's bad for the hobby. So anyone who's just wanting to see them go down because of the slightly wrong business decisions, risky business decisions.
Anyway,
I'm sorry, but that's not good.
A comment's just gone off the screen. It says TT120 is very interesting. There's nothing quite like it in the States. Carl Walker says TT120 could work. It's Hornby. Well known outside of Hornby, houses built now with smaller rooms will encourage new people and look reasonable.
I think it'll work. My problem is that it might not work quick enough.
Nick at Bletchton High Level says TT120 will be like live Steam. It will have its followers as well as its dissenters. And I think this is always going to be the case. They could be distributing free gold bars to anybody who wanted them, and there'd still be people who would knock Hornby for it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
success breeds people who don't.
Yeah, and it's something that I don't like about the hobby. Is this kind of this very tribal way of looking at things, and it's like people just, you know, they want to be offended by businesses, by people, by models, and it's like, chill out. New Junction says Hornby's new CEO starts soon. We may see some change. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. Won't we?
I don't know. We'll wait and see. They come from a non-model railway background, as far as I know. They may be a railway modeler in secret, but they come from a non-hobby sector business. Very successful, I believe, in their business area. Which is one of the reasons that they have been brought in. So, we'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Breezer707, big hello to you, says, do you think someone will take the risk of doing another London, Brighton, South Coast Loco? The old look and unusual liveries surely must be a must for manufacturers. Now, I will predict now, Gladstone. I can't remember the class of Loco that Gladstone is. But Gladstone will be made ready to run. I guarantee you that. This is a Jenny Kirk cast iron guarantee that at some point that train is annoying me. I'm gonna just.
I love that Jenny's making guarantees, even though she's not actually
seriously,
going to make it.
Somebody is going to make a ready-to-run model of Gladstone. It's only a matter of time. Look at it this way: we've had a number of other preserved locomotives appear that are actually quite unusual. So, we're looking at, we just had the ES1 from Hellion and Rails of Sheffield. Really, actually, quite an obscure prototype. It ran on an incredibly short branch, which was mostly in tunnels. And it's just really by quirk of fate, one got preserved. And we've seen a model of that. We've had Fell. Fell has turned up. We've had the GT3. We've had Kerosene Castle. We've had a lot of these obscure things, and the improved precedents, the D class, the D1 class, and I think that we've had Big Bertha announced. Gladstone is definitely one which I will say that you will see ready to run in the next 4 or 5 years. Big hello to Iron Horse Railway.
Hey there.
Great to see you. Ralph Davies says, agree, Jenny. Let those enjoying the TT120 do so. All hobbyists add to the overall success of the hobby.
Yeah, and another thing that I'd
Absolutely.
like to point out is it's one gauge of success does not mean that another gauge has to lose out.
Yeah, you do want some
There's
people.
plenty of room.
Yeah, some people do go on like it's like, oh, how dare you release TT120? It's like you've creamed one off in my water tank of life. And it's like, come on, get a grip.
What?
Yeah.
What? My goodness, Jen. The
people make
visual
out
things that you come out with.
I do wonder, though, people make out that some of these manufacturers, like, how dare they? They've come round wanting our firstborn child as some kind of sacrifice to Satan. It's like, no, that is not what's happening. And
Read the terms of service. It was never his firstborn.
Yeah, and can I say as well, having witnessed at Worley, you get somebody who will march up, and you can see him coming. They've got that walk, but you see him go march up to give Simon Kohler grief, and it's like, come on now,
Simon Kohler didn't do it.
Yeah, he's the the media man. He's not making the decisions, and the people who march up like they're gonna like I'm gonna solve famine in Africa by having a go at Simon Kohler, and it's like, get a life. And you saw that at Worley.
Diplomatic Jenny.
Yeah, I'm from the school of diplomacy. The school of diplomacy, which is like, basically, if you don't stop invading this country, you're going home in a body bag.
Yeah. She's lovely, isn't it? So, Jen, regarding our topic for today,
yes,
there were a few people earlier in the week who were asking about tips for making snowy layouts and dioramas for Christmas.
Absolutely. Well, we've got that video. Les and I did do the one, actually for Hornby, ironically. We did a build. There's a video on this channel. There's also one on the Hornby channel from a few years ago now. And I'm just going to put this on the track whilst I talk. So do bear with me. Let's just...
There's a bear with you,
Let's change the angle of the dangle, shall we?
For the brew that is true.
Yes. So there is a video outlining that. I'd love to share with you a build that I've done, but it's not due out until next year. But why have I 4819? Which one's for? Oh, well, I know what that one is. Right, select Loco. Hold on, 6329. Let's see if this one works better. 6329. Enter.
Oh, thank you so much, Trevor Stubbs. That is.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you
Always
to Trevor
appreciated.
Stubbs for your generosity on Super Chat, donating 99p to the channel. Thank you so much for your generosity.
It really does help. Everything
it does.
helps.
It keeps the lights on.
So, yeah, you were talking about Christmas themed and stuff. But the biggest issue with making a Christmas themed layout, in my view, is how much snow and how much frost effect you put on something. Because sometimes less is more, but when is less?
I think it's
too
very
little?
easy to end up making your model look like you've just sprinkled a hell of a lot of polyfiller all over it. And less can be more. What I've discovered actually is that using very, very fine, like 0.5 millimeter static grass gives some great effects. Apply that with your static grass applicator. You're going to need to give it a good clean before to get all of the greenery out, and after, because you don't want the white turning up in the next project you're doing. Bear in mind that if you winterize a layout, you will never be able to properly unwinterize it. It has to be said.
Yeah,
now,
it's always going to
I've got a comment I need to read out quickly. Alfonso Lipulsa says there's a small minority of people who have switched from OO to N who are like new converts to an... it's gone off the screen.
New converts
because
to a religion.
You wouldn't shut up. I couldn't actually read it out in time. Angel of Crew, big hello to you. Mark Wilson, Francis Wadsworth, Model Railway Fantasia. It says, tell him Leslie Gilpin Railways. Hello to you. Spongate Junction. Iron Horse Railway says, when is more, less. I think it's one of those expressions that you do hear bandied around, but it's quite true. That with a lot of things, you've got to be sparing. If you put too much on, you can ruin it. And David Scott, absolutely. Warworld Scenics did a great demo of winterizing at Worley. Cool. James Hardy asks, is that a K1 or a B1 running? The one on the outermost track, where's it gone? With the van train, is a K1. It's a Hornby K1. The one with the big rake of press flows and cove hops that you're just seeing passing the camera now, that's a Q6 that I've changed things up with. Just I'm trying to get a train that runs reliably. I've got a scissors crossing, and there's some kind of issue I need to sort out. Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction. Is it what?
Is it lunch your scissors crossing?
Yeah, Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction says, "Good evening, Jenny and Zoe. Watching while working in the hobby room. My laser cutter has been very busy again today, making more bridges. I love bridges. Regards, PVA J Cloth Allen. Very expensive.
Yeah, I bet they are.
Heritage Studio says, anyone else have the feeling that if Hornby tried 009, the cost would be £300 plus? What I have to say, though, is that I thought that the TT sets, I was looking at the A4 one, it's something like £194, and you get everything you need to run the thing, so, with the Loco, rolling stock and stuff. And I thought, actually, it compared quite favourably. Oh, JD1533 Workshops has just got in late. Hello to Jenny and company at Weir Yard from New York City. Hello to you, but I think I can hear the flapping of a wizard's hat at speed.
A Monday clubber is never late, Toto Wagons, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. You can go back and eat the cake now.
There's cake? Hum, num, 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 num.
Yes, it's in the shop. Get us some whilst you're there.
Num, 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 num.
Bluegrass Railfan says, one of my favourite things about trains this winter is the snow blowing off moving trains, so hard to replicate that with models. Yeah,
I don't know, you could throw it in front of a fan.
No. I know what you mean, actually. You do see that a lot. It's because it's snow when it's being blown. It's almost like dust. It's very strange.
I still remember rather fondly the video that I got while you were doing that Christmas themed layout for Hornby. When you put the white stuff through the what was it? The sieve, and it just felt like actual genuine snow.
Absolutely, and that was before I had a static grass applicator, but certainly it worked out pretty well. Now, B. Mozer says, spent all weekend 3D printing bodies for Scammell three-wheelers. The Scammell Scarabs. I've been following, actually, the Quorn Wagon Group have a number of those that they're renovating. Richard Sweeney says, I'm going to be doing a model railroad in a winter scheme. It's intended to be winter. There was a great YouTube video on using clear resin for ice. I've been playing.
Ooh.
Now, yes, you can. Icicles as well, you can make using PVA glue. It's something you build them up with layer after layer. There is a technique. I don't tend to do winter scenes because they
very well though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But winter scenes, I have built them a few times, but to do a full layout in winter, it looks amazing for a while, and then like real snow, the white snow, it tends to get dusty, and it's very difficult to clean, and it does show the dirt up. But lighting as well is very, very
important.
Key. At the Doncaster show last year, there was a winter layout, and actually it was made amazing. It had this sort of very bluish lighting on the... and it made it look like winter's day so well.
Where's your controller?
All right, we gonna...
If I turn to the Jablite Mountain...
And let's just see, can we... so hold on a moment. I need to... Right, so that's yellow. If I go for blue...
There you are.
You see what I mean? You can get that kind of
I think cyan would be a better one.
Is that one? There we... So there you go. You can make things look very wintry just by changing the lighting.
Yeah.
And that's something we don't normally tend to do up here. It must be said.
No, but we have the option, and
we do have the option. It must be said. So there we are. There's a more wintry lighting. Let's just see what some of the other angles looks like.
Ruben Ashwell says, "We're yard in the dark."
Yeah, you look at that. It's like got that kind of twilighty feel, but that's what you get in winter.
Yeah.
When you know, things, the sun's low in the sky, light levels are lower. But then we can also, let's just have a look. If we go for, what about a sunset?
Oh,
There we are. The
red sky at night. The
Shepherd's-
barn's on fire.
No. Shepherd's Delight. Let's just see what Jablite Mountain looks like in this.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah, Rick Morley says, what's the comment gone? It just, there we are. Jenny, if it did a winter scheme in Scotland, everything would be grey. But, you know, there's a lot of effects. Let's try orange. Maybe that's not quite as...
Oh.
There we are. That's sort of like more early morning, I guess. Let's try yellow.
You're having fun now. See, there's so much you can do with just a quick...
Colour change
colour.
LEDs. Now, it must be said, I don't often use these, but you can see the effect that you can get. And actually, if I go back to this angle...
And if you're not interested in colour change LEDs, a piece of coloured cloth over your light.
Or cellophane. Like a coloured cellophane-y type material. So yeah, actually there's some quite nice effects. Let's try the... Oh, that's blue. See, that looks a little bit wintry, doesn't it?
That is very wintry. I like it.
And then we can go back to just plain white. Actually, let's just turn them off. You have to turn off one set of LEDs before you can turn the regular ones on. So there we are. We're back to the normal lighting. Now, the reason I use these is because they're bright. And the idea is that they just makes the layout look nicer. But you can get a lot of colour effects with light changing LEDs. But certainly if you're going to do a winter scene, like a bluish LED light really does make a big difference, makes it look wonderful. Johann Swanepoel Swanee says, greetings all. Ooh, winter scene's my favourite.
Greetings. Does that mean you're late?
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Sarah Davies says, you could just cover the layout in sand for a winter layout in the Middle East. Sandy. But yeah, no, I've done winter a couple of times. It is great fun. I personally think as a little standalone diorama, it works best. A very, very small layout. Now, I have done a winter theme for an upcoming TV series on a build for them. You will get to see that in the new year. That's all I'm going to hint to you. But it is great fun. There's a lot of different tips and methods. And maybe we should do a full bit of winter build at some point. And I'll talk you through different techniques because it's quite different from doing any other season. I actually personally prefer autumn. I think autumn's got the best colours.
It's got lovely colours in autumn.
Yeah. Bill Bosserman says hello again from Boise, Idaho in USA. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Boise?
Where?
Boise. I'm sure it's Boise. I'm sure somebody...
Yeah, Boise, Idaho. I'm pretty
Boise,
sure.
Idaho. Yeah. Because for many years playing Railroad Tycoon, I thought it was Boise or...
Boise.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of French in me. I don't know. But Boise, I'm sure it's Boise. As in, what, Del? Marlene?
What do you like?
Yeah, Peter Reed says, my whole layout is very winter frost. It's lighting, but also in the foliage choices, colours, and a dusting of a frost and snow effect. Yeah, absolutely, it's great. Sarah Davis says, yeah, but you can't run your trains in autumn due to the leaves on the line. Yeah. No signs of the other TARDIS. Well,
no, it's there.
yeah, although I did move this in front of it a little bit. It was perfectly visible for quite some time, but nobody spotted it. So, yes, Warbler, where are you?
Warbler Productions is probably asleep as I kept them up last night. They were on Question of Tread.
Oh, right, okay.
Nothing like what you were thinking.
Okay,
What you like. Can't take you anywhere.
Breezer707 says, big hello, I think TT is great. Bit of a shame you can't see it before you buy. As for me, I will stick with OO only because I have so much already. I think a lot of 00 modelers will be in the same boat with that, it must be said.
I'm going to say I am loving this TT model that I'm building.
Bluegrass Railfan says, we do butcher town names. Versailles, Kentucky is pronounced Versailles. Locals will give you weird looks if you say Versailles.
Versailles, surely.
Yeah, DJK666 says, I found the best bargain of all, a pair of Lima Mark IIB coaches in the project box. Ben Tullett says, Jenny, late September is always good as trees are just turning, but it still has a warm, summery feel.
And September's the best month because everyone who's really great has their birthday in September. And thank you for agreeing with me, Jen.
Warbler Production says, I've been doing my dinner. Oh, dinner.
Dinner.
Ben Tullett says, oh no, I've read that one out for. Warbler Production says, I was on Question of Trek, Who Knows Who, and for the second week managed to get more answers than Sir Patrick.
Yes.
Sir Patrick?
Sir Patrick Furlong, the reigning champion.
Right. Yes.
Until Warbler came along and challenged. Now we've got a fight in our hands. The two of them, they keep coming on to battle.
Hot Dog Pilot 63 says, has the release of the Daypole OO Gauge 59 been covered? No, it hasn't. I wasn't aware of that being out.
Oh, I didn't know
I must admit, the modern imagey stuff, I tend to be a little bit more out of the loop. Sarah Davis says, nah, October is the best month for birthdays.
Nope, September. I'm sorry, but I'm going to disagree because it's September, because that's the correct answer.
It's got to be March. A lot of people are respotting the TARDIS on the tunnel portal, so I'm thinking that maybe the Doctor might like to move.
The Doctor's parked because I'm building.
Building, eh?
Look at it. It's very, very delicate, but have a look.
And that's coming together
Hold
quite...
on.
Oh, that is really nice. This is the TT kit of Signal Box. I really do like it. The detail on this is incredible.
Yeah.
And I think when it's painted, and you need to use quite a watery paint to preserve the detail, this is really going to look quite special.
Yes.
And comparatively, actually, it's not that much smaller than the Highland Railway box that I did in 00 as a project build.
I am very impressed. Who made this? Pico. They've done a really good job.
Hemel Down Model Railway, big hello to you. And it has to be said that Pico do some great kits.
Yes.
James Pets, I like that. Dinkily delightful. A bit of an...
Dinkily, yes.
Is that an alliteration? Am I... Where you have...
Yes.
Yes. Woohoo! Go me! Brownie points! I remembered something from school.
I'm not giving you points.
Tim's Model Railway in different videos says June is the best month for birthday. I say March.
You would say March. Yours is in March.
Yeah. Warbler Production says, I'm thinking of doing a TT120 layout when I've done my 009 one. I will then have 3 layouts sometime in the future.
3 layouts, no waiting.
Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, I discovered whilst reviewing the Rapido Class 28, watch out for the review, which is coming on Wednesday. Really impressed with the model. It really is a super model. It's hard to believe that it's N gauge when you look at it out of context of that it's N gauge. It really does have a lot of detail. It's a great model, and I actually was running it on Myneth Tatis, and what that showed me actually is Myneth Tatis, if you use the correct side of it, looks really good with N gauge because it looks like it's going through wild, almost like Scottish scenery. Going to the dog says caution, vehicle reversing. Where? Alfonso Lapulsa says February is best month because it's less crowded. Yeah, but it's shorter as well. And that means there's less paydays in February if you get paid weekly. No, I always get it wrong. Bluegrass... DJK666 says, I got myself a Leyland National kit and the railway conductor in Whedon. I'm planning to eventually put a Fowler motorised chassis underneath.
Nice.
Warbler Productions has inevitably spotted the TARDIS between
right in the
inner running line and middle running line.
It's right in the middle of the screen.
Oliver Farmer, please, can you stop just posting the same thing? Otherwise, we will have to hide your comments. You just can't keep posting lots of emojis.
The problem with stuff like that is that it hurts the show. Because Google goes, well, it's just someone spamming.
Yeah. Model Railway Fantasia. It says, oh, sorry, I'm comment to somebody else. Model Railway Shed. Big hello to you.
Hello.
Houston WHAP's also spotted the TARDIS. It's quite spottable there, isn't it?
Spottable?
And I've just realised I've placed the TARDIS where the camera has decided to stop working. So, move. Yeah, gribble, gribble, gribble. Crossways Point Junction Model Railway. Oh, and hello, Francis Wadsworth. Hope you're doing good. Model Railway Shed, says Bernie. How are you? There's a lot of. I love the fact there's like people talk to each other in the chat. It's really. It's got a real community feel. I like it.
It's exactly what we hoped would happen. I have to admit, a little bit from our side of things, but I was really hoping when we set this up that it would become something for the community, and I'm so glad that you guys have gone with
Oliver Farmer. No, don't worry, don't worry. Just
Look, don't worry. We've said it. It's done. Let's move on.
A DJK666 says, I didn't hear the TARDIS land. Oh, it's got its stealth mode on.
They took the brakes off.
Oh, Warbler Production says TARDIS by the turntable before you even change to that camera. Can't please people.
Well, you moved it on camera, Jen. What did you expect?
Okay.
Seriously, what did you expect? You silly sausage.
Tim's Model Railway in different videos says, what is the best radius for Kato Prince? I think radius 1 is the best. Now, that's the other good thing about 009, and it's something which actually works for N-Gauge as well to some extent. But in 009, you can get away with some incredibly tight curves, and they actually don't look too bad.
And you do love using tight curves because it gives you more of a chance to put stuff in, doesn't it?
Yeah. So in terms of running the Kato Prince and Princess, and shortly to be Palmerston as well, has been announced as a future release. In all honesty, go as tight as you need to be.
Ooh, that's what she said.
Ben Tullett says, hit the like button, everyone who hasn't. So we have 290 in the chat, but only 91 likes.
Oh, no.
And don't forget to share out to social media. Put a little post on Facebook saying that we're here.
Yeah. Send that Jenny sent you.
Yeah, beverage of choice for anybody who didn't catch at the beginning. Birra Moretti. This is 0 alcohol.
You've been loving those recently.
Yeah, it's quite nice actually. Larry Rogers has got a couple of projects in the works for the LARR as soon as the parts coming in from the UK. Charlie McGowan, Partick Hill Station, big hello to you. Says Laser Cutter, looking forward to seeing that in action. Can you do a separate video with your workflow? This is to Alan Reynolds.
That would be amazing to see. I would love to see that.
Route 7 Railway says, what we need instead of a scale TT120 system is a system out of scale with the track, or one so small you need special glasses to see the reduced detail. Isn't that T-gauge?
Pico gauge.
What?
Pico gauge. It's slightly above femto gauge.
Oh, right. I thought you meant pico as in what you're building. That's the problem with mentioning science stuff.
Yes.
You confuse people.
F gauge, F for femto.
Ruben Ashwell says, where does ampto come? Is that even smaller?
Yes.
Ruben Ashwell says, I've just finished my hot chocolate. Oh, a hot chocolate.
Oh, that sounds good.
Bluegrass Rail Fan says, T-scale 1 to 480. Need a magnifying glass for sure, but I could probably get a full-length US freight train in that scale with no compromise. Now, there was a really nice T-gauge, or T-scale model of the Forth Bridge to scale that was doing the rounds at some of the shows. So
that is quite an achievement.
Yeah, the only thing is, it's so small that they're just like little dots moving around. Melchester Model Railway says, does Z-gauge actually exist? Yes, Z-gauge is a thing. It tends to be continental stuff. And also I think as well, it's like very, very narrow gauge. You could probably do like Z-gauge, you could probably do 18-inch?
It's tiny, isn't it?
Sort of 18-inch rail-to-rail modelling in 00 using Z-gauge track. Very, very expensive, though.
Anything that's a much smaller
Yeah, because it
fan
needs...
base is going to be expensive.
Not just that, you need some very precision engineering for making these things.
Yeah, but it's like what I said. It's Wally when we were talking. It's like, what do you think I could buy a light up Starship Enterprise for? And it's like £100 and odd, because 1 million people will buy a light up Starship Enterprise. You can't get that kind of detail and that kind of thing cheaply otherwise.
J. Paul Anderson says, any guests on the next Monday Club, Jen? None planned.
Well, Santa might show up, but we
Santa.
can't guarantee it.
Oh, interesting. Mac Navi has said that HOF is HO narrow gauge, which runs on Z gauge track. Oh, yes, the is it the Fowler Feldbahn? Excuse me, the Feldbahn system. You can buy. I have seen it about. Really, really interesting. Daniel's 00 Model Railway says, eagerly waiting for 2 Rails Connect 21-pin decoders to be posted through the door. Might be a bit on the late side tonight. Could come tomorrow. I don't know when the... just bear in mind, in the UK, we're having a lot of strikes, including postal strikes in the run-up to Christmas. So do bear that in mind when you're buying stuff.
Yes.
Larry Rogers says, is there anything in model railroading that isn't expensive?
Looking at the magazines...
The air that things runs through.
Seriously, the magazines, any freebies that come on the front of those.
Yeah.
But that's what hobbies are like these days.
Mac Navi and J. Paul Anderson said it's the Bush Feldbahn, and that is HOF. I'd say actually that what used to be Bolton Model Mart is now Nuffy's Models. I'm sure they had a pack in there. Stefan Svensson says T gauge is the smallest scale at 1 to 450. Yeah, really tiny. Somebody did say, I think it's gone off the screen, about in N gauge, 33 feet is still required for a scale mile. And as US freight trains can often be up to 2 miles in length, you're still looking at 66 feet for a scale length N gauge train. It just puts things into perspective.
Club sizes then, aren't you?
Even then, that's bigger than a lot of clubs would have. DJK666 says, I'm already saving up for next year's Wally. Yeah, I spent, don't tell the cupboard monkey, I spent about £1,000 at Wally.
You told me you spent £2.50 and you got a packet of crisps thrown in free.
Mark Wilson suggests, Wall Road, what about models in 1-to-1? All the Locos come sound fitted. Yeah, but then the diesel's really expensive for the diesels and the coal for the coal-fired ones as well.
Yeah, nothing's cheap in this hobby.
Unfamiliar Terrius has got bored recently, so bought an old 14XX and made 1401 from Tipfield Thunderbolt ready for the 70th. Seems all my projects stem from boredom. That's the whole point of a hobby, really, is to stave off boredom. Andy81E says, I went to my local model rail shop the other day and bought a load of FlexiTrack and Pico Code 100 points to build my first layout. It's a HO German Polish stock, but still looks fine on 00 Pico Track. Absolutely brilliant.
Continental stuff, I love the look of.
Just bear in mind that the Pico Track is designed with sleeper spacings more fitting of HO layouts. Alfonso Lapulsa says, that's why I model units in the 1990s. Just all, I modelled the 1990s. It's all 2-car units. That's a bit boring, though, isn't it?
No,
Dundas Junction Model Railroad. James, a big hello to you. J. Paul Anderson says, Zoe, are classic games expensive? They can be.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Rule of Rose. Michigan Report from Hell. £500
Oh, come on. That's cheap compared to... Nintendo World Championships on the NES.
How much does that go for?
Last time I saw it for sale in a completed bid, $16,000.
Whoa, that's a bit pricey. And it's got nothing on it that you can't get from elsewhere.
Yes.
It's all about, like, the ownership.
Yes, it's a piece of history. That's what you're
buying.
Well,
there is that. It's a bit like a genuine Games Master Gold joystick.
Hey, I still can't believe that, guys. I've got a Games Master Golden joystick. No certificate of authenticity. It's not even in the case.
Yes, so basically
I've painted a joystick gold.
I got a random cheap joystick at a car boot sale and just spray painted it with gold.
Couldn't believe it. It's like, dude, you can't chance like that.
Dundas Junction Model Railroad, Jane says, I am learning more about UK trains. Very interesting area. Say this from experience of modelling them. A lot more shorter trains. Although actually some of the short lines in the US have some really fabulous workings where you'll have like a GB40 or an F unit shuffling like one or two boxcars or hoppers to little industrial customers, and you can have the sort of thing that disappeared from the UK in the 70s and 80s. Sarah Davis says, expensive hobbies. I'm about to buy a 25-year-old remote controlled car for about the same price it was new.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase says, the idiot with the golden joystick. Right. Paula Donovan says, greetings from Ireland Railway Modeller. January issue with free set of 2 photographic back scene sheets. There is a roundup of the Worley NEC show. Great issue as usual. I wonder, was I caught in the background of any of Steve Flint's photos? I did see him going around. Bluegrass Rail Fran says, yeah, we have several regional railroads here that hold bulk commodity trains. And Eagle Creek Railroad says, I did leave a comment under your video. Oh, this is to somebody else. Charlie Chimp, big hello, says, hey Zoe, it's like the price of a certain Tamagotchis. The price on eBay are out. God, they were like throwaway items.
And that's why they're expensive now. People had a load of them, but they opened them and they threw the packaging away, and then usually they lost them.
Yes, yeah. And Dundas Junction Model Railroad James says, I live in Dundas, Ontario, Canada. Big hello to you.
Hello there.
I bet it's cold there at the moment. Kyle Stevens says, hello, folks. Big hello to you. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hot Dog Pilot 63 says, I crossed a cricket bat with a tin of beans and got wind in the willows. Oh, boo! That is the joke of the night. And Bluegrass Rail Fan says, I've chased a few short lines with 7 to 8 car trains. Yeah, there's some great videos on YouTube, especially on street running. There's one in Syracuse, New York, where the main line goes down the middle of a street, and there's actually a spur into an industrial concern just off the street, and they change the point in the middle of the road.
What's wrong with that?
No, but it's actually, I find it really inspirational to watch some of these videos. Roger Windsor says, golden joystick. I'm still looking for the golden monkey nut. Oliver Farmer says, goodbye. Take care. Been great having your company. Stanover Model Railway, big hello to you. Laura says, hello there. Sorry I haven't been around lately. I joined a Wargames club which meets on Monday nights. That's okay. Oh, that means you're late. Oh, I can hear him coming.
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
You're welcome.
Wargaming. I remember that. I used to do that actually at secondary school. Myself and a friend used to do like Warhammer 40k and stuff. Bluegrass Rail Fan. LaGrange, Kentucky is a famous one. Absolutely, yeah. Main Street of downtown with CSX trains. They have a British steam loco on display there too. I've seen it on Google Street View.
That must have been weird. Like, hang on, where did I select to go and have a look at?
And yeah, and there's a webcam there, and you see some right crazy driving. People trying to run a gauntlet with the train. There was one where some guy tried to drive down the side of the train. There was no room for it. And
why would you do this?
The car got hooked on one of the box cars as it went past, and it just shredded the side of the car.
I'm sorry, but guys, car versus train wins.
Every time. And Richard Stable says, Jen, Utica, New York. Yeah, that might say. Syracuse, for some reason I was scrabbling around, my brain went, I can give you the word Syracuse. But yeah, it's the New York. I think the ASCII code's gone a bit mangled. New York Central Railroad, something like that. Ben Tollett says, feeling cold, try Billy's Tabasco sauce. It will certainly warm you up, especially when you find that your Billy's replacement speakers are fitted with a special Tabasco sauce cannon. When you're listening to your heavy metal anthems, it will squeeze some out and spray it in your eyes. Yes, worried about your speakers? Not anymore. You'll be worrying about your eyesight.
This is a reference to a joke that we put into a game that I'm coding live on YouTube on Friday nights.
Oh?
We have a Tabasco sauce as part of a hangover cure, and it's by Billy. So it's Billy's Tabasco sauce.
Oh, I wondered about that. Raymond Legg says, trains are like Thanos. Try to beat one and 50% of your car vanishes. Absolutely.
Jen, do you understand that reference?
I do, actually. Unfamiliar Terrier says, I've not been around for a while as I've been teaching first aid. Very good thing to do.
Excellent.
Yeah. I can hear the flap of a wizard's hat.
A Monday clubber who teaches first aid arrives exactly when they wean to and is very, very welcome.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Richard Sturbell says New York, Susquehanna, and Western Railroad. Aha.
I think some people are just bringing out American place names to see if you can pronounce them.
No, I can't.
Oh, no.
Laura says, I got my first full rake of Hornby Mark IV coaches a few weeks ago. They're pretty good, but there's a few tweaks that need to be made to backdate their privatisation era interiors to the 1990s. Ah.
Nice.
Right, are we going to start a little bit early on people's video? No, apparently we're not.
Because I want to finish this first. Sorry.
Ah, I see, it's the ampersand that caused the issue. So Bluegrass Railfest says we have a few of those NYS and W diesels down here on RJ Corman at the moment. Nice yellow-black SD60s. Add a bit of colour. And yes, Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath. We are doing the videos, but the Cupboard Monkey says past.
Yeah, past because I want to get this finished if I can. So
Unfamiliar Terrier says pronounce Frome properly. Is it Frome? Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just think it's going to be hilarious.
Oh, no, is it Froome? Might be Froome. Sarah Davis says, question, I'm going to design some interiors to 3D print for my Mark III Intercity coaches, but can't find what the era-appropriate coaches are. Mark III Intercity coaches, I think there was like a weird blue moquette, and I think there was like a red moquette as well, but I can't remember. They were like pretty run down when I started commuting to Newcastle from Durham, and the ones that I got on just really looked like they were something out of the 1980s. Ben Tullett says, no one obviously watched that Top Gear episode on level crossing safety. A car being hit by a train is toast, according to Clarkson. Absolutely, and there are a lot of these videos, certainly in the US, I guess there's just like a lot more route mileage, where cars try and beat the railroad crossing signs and just get absolutely shredded.
You absolutely can't.
Yeah,
do not gamble with your life.
Yeah. DJK666 clarifies blue-ish seats in second and reddish in first class. Yes. So I did remember correctly. Warbler Productions says, how about pronouncing Tamworth and Wilnecote as a Tammy would? No. Laura says, I'll have 3 rakes of Mark IVs when I'm finished, clockwise, anti-clockwise, and a bi-directional one with a Class 89 or 90 powering it. And certainly the Class 89, we have seen some updates and livery samples of that coming through. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be another Acura scale model. The Class 92s are coming through. I have seen pictures of people taking delivery of them. They do look to be an amazing model. Hopefully we'll be able to review one on the channel. I did get promised one way back in the summer, but I'm not chasing it actively at the moment because we've got loads of stuff to work through. So it seems a bit insincere to go, oh, could you send me one over and I'll film a review? Not for a month or so. So I'm quite happy to wait till after Christmas for that. Warbler Production says it's Tamworth for Tamworth and Wincott for Wincote.
Oh my goodness, this is...
Oh, right. Iron Horse Railway suggests that Frome, or Froome, might be the man from Uncle.
Oh, I've dropped the chimney.
And Ben Tullett says, I really want somebody to make those Top Gear car trains in model form. Might be a bit tricky. Laura says that the blue-grey HST Mark IIIs had slightly turquoise second class and the first class were orange. There were different brands of moquette, as it were.
It depends on how much you've washed them.
Ooh. Right. Queen of Sawdust says, I live in the US and just got in my Rapido Class 28s from Hatton's. Very excellent models. And we will be doing a full review of those on Wednesdays. First N-Gauge Locomotive review on the channel, and actually really impressed by it. Mousehole Rail says, I got my Curascal 92 and rail freight livery and has great detail on it. Absolutely, really looking forward to it, actually. When I was speaking to Fran at Worley, he reckoned that it would make the Class 55 Deltic that they did seem slightly primitive by comparison.
Wow.
I don't think it will.
That's a big talk.
The Class 55 Deltic is an amazing, amazing model. I'm really looking forward to there being a second production run of those. But certainly, really looking forward to it. Laura suggests it's fromage frais. So maybe it's just called from. I don't know. Can anybody confirm or deny it?
The best part about American place names is that it's the same as British place names. Even people from that country can't always pronounce them.
Yes, the Shrewsbury debate. Francis Wadsworth says, okay, see you later, guys. See you all next Monday. Keep safe. You, Jenny and Zoe. Absolutely.
Take care.
Great
Thanks for
to
coming
have
along.
your company. B2000 RO Toys channel. Great to see you. Says, hi, Jenny and Zoe. My custom Hornby Thomas has been repainted in the same shade of blue as the 2016 Hornby Thomas. And now I need a way to add the red stripes neatly. But how? Now, you can buy lining. I've never actually used it myself, but there is a way you can buy that's they're like transfers, and you've got to be very, very careful.
A bit like decals.
Yeah, well, transfers, decals, same sort of thing, really.
Yeah, I suppose.
Unfamiliar Terrier says it's Froome. Oh, so I was right. Froome. I did say that. I said it's either Frome or Froome. So I got it sort of right. Sarah Davis says how Americans pronounce Birmingham is hilarious. No, it's Birmingham.
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
the one that's really funny though is Leicester. Anybody?
Leicester.
Yeah, Aussies as well. Not familiar with Leicester. Think it's Leicester, which, you know, you look at it. Toaster. Can I just say, there is a place in the UK called Toaster. It's not spelt like the appliance in your kitchen. It's spelt Tow, T-O-W, Cester, C-E-S-T-E-R. But it's pronounced Toaster. Bluegrass Railfan says most of the Kentucky towns that borrowed British place names did the easier to pronounce ones at least. Like London, Manchester, Middlesbrough are all Kentucky towns, for example.
What's that one that's spelled God Manchester?
Don't ask me.
Because wasn't it like Gomster or something like that?
I know Lemster. There's Lemster, which is actually spelt Leo Minster.
We love our stupid
Yeah,
names.
Roger wins. I'll be honest. Yeah, Froome always pronounced it as Frome. Yeah, Withen Model Railway Toaster. That's how it's spelled. But anybody's going, but that says Towcester. Yeah, I know. It's confused me for years. And Bicester, Flymo Chairman 1, Bicester. And yeah, Andrew Bewdley Junction, Lemster. Reuben Ashwell, good old Leicester, the place I'm proud to call home, even though I was born in Brighton and lived there till I was 5. Actually, Brighton's nice. I always like going to Brighton.
Brighton is nice, but it's very, very expensive.
Yes. Just some northerner, Keithley. I know how to pronounce Keithley. Froome in Dorset.
You got a lot of credit in the Northeast, I remember. Being able to pronounce Jarrah.
Jarrah.
Jarra is how it's pronounced. But
the other one is Ponteland.
Yeah, but Jarrah is spelt Jarrow. And the only people that call it Jarrow are posh gits.
David Dorrell. I would not know how to pronounce that. I'd probably recognise it if it was pronounced at me and go, oh, there's that one. I know Hoik is written Howick, Hawick, but it's pronounced Hoik. That threw me for a while.
Hoik.
Yeah, Hoik. B2000 Aru Toys channel says, can I get water-signed transfer paper that works with our printer? I don't know. You'd have to ask somebody more in the know, but certainly it's worth looking into.
Is your printer a photo printer? As in, can it use photo paper? If it can use transfers. That's what I was told.
Okay, there you are. Right. Raymond Legg says, I miss living in Owensboro and seeing CSX. It might be Owensboro. But seeing CSX, Union Pacific, Burlington Northern, and Santa Fe. See, I do know what BNSF means. Now in is that Louisville or Louisville? Louisville. Yeah, but then it's St. Louis.
Yes, but Louisville is different.
Okay, Louisville. See, Paducah and Louisville in Kentucky and Indiana and Norfolk Southern. Laura says, I have a friend who lives in the Welsh village of Blanpluif. Oh, yeah, there you are. There's the pronunciation. Pronounced Blanpluif. Welsh, a language with most vowels removed. Absolutely.
The Welsh just have a language like that so they can cheat at Scrabble.
Russell Benton says, Milngavi, as it's written, is actually Mulgi.
Mulgoy. That's
Milgai.
just cheating.
Yeah. Timber Surf says, normal printers can't do white transfers. Bluegrass Railfan confirms Louisville.
Yeah.
Saying Louisville gets you weird looks from everyone here. Unfamiliar terriers. I'll try. Right, I need to take a run up for this. Llamfaith Puthgwyn Gary Drob in similar Sanlio Go.
Yeah, but it's not even pronounced like that in the local area, is it? That's just for tourists.
Charlie Chimp says, my partner comes from Rugeley. I've never heard of it before. Tony Wright says, Jenny, how about Tintinhull? Tintinhull, I'm going to guess. Wiven Model Railway says, printers in general can't print white, only black. Although, you can... but if it's transfer paper, you need to print something to... Yeah, white is not a doable colour, really.
I suppose not, yeah.
Simon Trains Model Railway showcases Alfonso Lapulsa. At least I'm pronouncing Cirencester correct. Oh god, is this like
Cirencester was so...
Is this where basically lots of people
from funny pronounced places are all showing off?
I feel like it's like a rock star when they go on stage and go, hello, Rugeley! Because Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase goes, Rugeley! I live there! People getting really excited. Upwell and Onward says, hello from summertime in New Zealand.
Hello!
Thank you for looking after the warm weather for us. We'll have it back in the new year.
Can we have it back now? It's a bit chilly.
Jennifer Horton says Egbert is in Liverpool is, well, yeah, of course it's pronounced Egbert, but it's written as Eigeberth. Yeah.
That's just cheating at Scrabble.
Yeah, New Junction. Yeah, I know you can type it. Llanfaith Puthgwyn Llangai Go Gary Silio Go Goth. Jerry BVR says there's a village near me with a very imaginative name of street. There's in Lincolnshire. There's a spittle in the street.
In the Lake District, there's a Hooty Hoo.
Hooty Hoo. Heidi hi. Hooty Hoo. Sadly, we lost Gladys Pugh, Ruth Maddock recently. You know, all the good ones are passing away at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, we're up to the time where you need to put that down and start queuing up the videos.
Yes, I do. Unfortunately, I haven't finished this yet, but I would like to show it.
Tony Wright says, Jenny, you were so close. Pronounced Tintnell. Tintnell.
Tintnell.
Tintnell. Skipsy Trains, good evening. Great to see you. Hope you are well. And B. Mozza says, to print white, you need an APS printer. I suspect that you might need to find a company that specialises in printing this stuff. On your laser display screen, you should now be seeing what the Cupboard Monkey has been building. This is one of the Pico TT kits, and this is going to be part of our TT build. If we're able to get a review sample from Hornby, then we will do a lovely little build. But they come together nicely. The Pico laser cut wood kits really are lovely.
I am incredibly impressed. This thing it's come together in what, half an hour, an hour?
Absolutely. And I enjoyed building the Highland Railway one, which I can't show you because the camera's decided to on me. And but certainly the Pico laser cut wood kits really well worth investigating.
Jennifer Houghton says, "Why is the Warwickshire emblem a bear attacking a cactus?"
I have wondered that as well.
Well, it's like the Bolton one.
Yeah.
It's just an elephant with a castle stuck on it.
The elephant and castle. James Pett says, lovely signal box, Zoe.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I find an approval in the fact that James Pett's
I have to say, I'm incredible. Pico have done a great job. I am incredibly impressed.
Richard Swiderski says that kit looks nice. Absolutely, the laser cut Pico kits, and you've got a few here actually.
Yeah, they sent a load of them.
So we've got a
This is the
GWR
one.
Good Shed. This is the one that she's just built.
It's not even finished. That's the best part.
LK-12100 GWR signal box. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Andrew Bewdley Junction has very, very kindly donated £10 on the super chat and says, Happy Christmas to you both. Thank you so much.
Now,
very, very generous.
I'm going to say one thing. They sent a piece of plastic to put in the windows. It's so small that I didn't bother, and you can't tell.
Okay.
Because
I would have painted the interior before you glued the roof on. You didn't do that, did you?
No.
You wally brain.
Why would I do that?
Wivenmull Railway has enlightened us. Bear and ragged staff are actually the symbol of the Duke of Warwick. I never knew. DJK666 says, I'm kind of tempted by TT. It's a narrow gauge track type, which the track gauge is HOM, much more common on the continent, roughly represents meter gauge. So a lot of Swiss outline and Austrian outline stuff exists in HOM. So certainly well worth doing. And also, if you want to model the Isle of Man Railway, HOM would be perfect for that. And there were a couple of industrial railways in the rest of the UK that you use HOM for, and also a load of railways in Ireland as well.
Rick Morley says, what glue did I use for that? Rocket card glue. Really, I really love this stuff.
Great stuff. I'm sure we've got some more of that knocking about. I must dig it out for you.
I picked it up from down in town. It's $7.25. Not a bad
anyway,
price.
Are we showing some stuff? Right.
Yes, we've been showing stuff all the way through, Jen.
Yeah.
Now we're going to show some videos.
Yeah.
And our first up one is going to be a rather special one.
Right. Raymond Leggs points out that Arnold, Roco, Pico, Gutsold, Tillig, Hornby and Pico are the only companies making TT gauge trains. Yeah, I'd say it's about right. I've seen a lot of Roco ones, the old Roco Locos. Oh, can we just block the bell end?
Dude, we're talking about trains. That doesn't mean that we need you to come and try.
Yeah, we don't need your absolute filth. Nobody's interested here.
Yes, we're interested in trains, not in Fron.
Yeah. Right. Which means they had to have joined the channel and waited 10 minutes before they could post that.
Yeah, or, as is more likely, they have just been a bot and it's just gone dumph, 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 dumph. And
what you mean? It's just been
10 minutes.
Yeah. Upwell and onwards says HOM might suit New Zealand modelling, which is 3'6". Absolutely.
Right.
And it'd be interesting to know, did any supplier out in New Zealand actually produce that commercially New Zealand outline models.
Okay, so the first one is from Tramfabrique.
Oh, looking for
and you have been looking forward to this.
I have actually. I was told in advance about this one.
Yes. So I'm going to bring this up as soon as it comes up.
Sarah Davis says that you could have a red light district on your layer. Now there are, I think it's Noch do the naughty figures. I'm not a fan myself, but yeah. Raymond Legs has blocked them.
That's
sorry.
Now I've got to like catch the pigeon in my head.
Block the bell. And did I make my feelings known?
I'm going to bring this up to half volume because I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay, right. So make this full screen.
So this one's from Tramfabrique, and I've brought it in first, even though it came in later, because Jen, I think you'll really like
Okay, so this is Picnic in Gelderland. Inside the Cube, it's a HOE/009 diorama. So
yes.
I'm going to make it full screen. If you want to hit play.
There we go.
Hello.
So there we go. That's the diorama.
Oh,
this talking
video. But now I'd like to take you inside.
That is amazing.
We covered the outside with the same background as there is.
It's like a model layout.
And
in
we
a
put a
fish
little
tank.
camera,
Yes.
the SQ13,
There we go.
on a car.
Oh, wow.
And we drove it around. Now let's have a look.
So what he's done, because you can't hear this, he's used the back sound to us. Once over the place, to the east. It's not that bad.
I love the quality of this. It's so good. The trees. Maybe the tractor blends to the outside. Oh, that's good.
Look at the turns.
Look at that, the lighting. Imagine you were going through the forest grove. You see that the detritus, the logs and stuff, really see.
It's so well
Yeah, Ruben Asher says that looks lovely. Larry Roach says this little layout's awesome. Yeah, we have put the sound on this. It was pre-vetted, so we've got the sound. It's just this is Space Star. This is perfect.
Alfonso pushes his spinning dogs. Yeah, I saw the guy looking. I saw the guy looking in the car as well.
Richard Spears says if I got them not figures, my wife would throw them out.
Only if she notices. No, there's someone spent a lot of time on something. It's stunning. And loud cannot be a journalist talking about
Turn the volume down.
Not loud, surely. There we go.
Thank you
how
so
was
much for that. I really enjoyed that. And it's quite tiny. It's like a model layout in a fish tank.
Yeah.
But the amount of detail was incredible. And Mac Navi says it might surprise you, but it was made in 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a small layout like that. You really can get some great amounts of detail in, even in a short length of time. But because it's a small space, you can really afford to go to town. And I love the forest floor detail on that is incredible. So thank you so much for sending that in. Really do appreciate it. Really love that. James Pett says, on the subject of videos, I have finally had some more of the N-Gauge signals that I ordered in June 2020 delivered. So I might be making another video of my automated layout in the next month or so. Looking forward to it. Apparently you've got the Google Pixel ad. Don't know how I thought I pressed the button.
Yeah. Oh, because it jumped in at the end. Yeah. Sorry about that. I hope we're back now.
Yeah, hold on. But wait a minute. Surely I cut away. I pressed the button before it came in.
I don't know, Jen. I don't know.
Weird. Right. Must have been shown, otherwise how would they know?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna put the link in. Sorry.
Yeah. And yeah, Upwell and onwards. Narrow gauge modelling is so much fun.
Yes.
So
So next up we have Craig Durham, and he sent in a Bosnian narrow gauge locomotive.
ooh.
I don't know what that says.
Right, hold on. So I think you'd like to see. First one is a Bosnian narrow gauge loco in the Pintsgauer local barn in Austria.
Right. So this should be very interesting.
Oh, unfamiliar terrace says only a couple of frames.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, this is East Coast Steam.
Oh, my feet are now getting a bit chillier.
And Pintsgauer Lokbahn Steam. Trip
Johann
behind Bosnia and Herzegovina State Railway. Here we go. Do.
So, Johann Swanepoel Swanee says, I'm sure Jenny had some saucy Santa's helpers. Yes,
Yes,
I've
she
got one.
does.
It's a leftover from when we did Great Model Railway Challenge. Oh, I like that. It's quite a big. That's a 260. It's a mogul, I think. And funnily enough, those coaches, they have some of those in the UK at the Welsh Pull and Fanfare. What have you done?
While I was doing stuff, I've managed to slice into my thumb with the scalpel, and now that I'm moving stuff around and typing,
You've just
it's
noticed.
kind of hurting.
Oh. Wow, this is nice. This is sort of like a
This is
main
cool.
line narrow gauge, so very different from perhaps what we might get in the UK.
Oh,
What?
my back's just gone.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Do you want a different chair?
No. Oh. Oh, that's not good at all.
This is
I
really
don't
good
like
fun.
getting old. Jan, stop me getting old.
No, I can't do that. Jennifer Horton says, the Bosnian 73 class. Oh, it's a 262. It's a prairie rather than a mogul. Warbler Production says those coaches are MAV types. The Welsh Pull and Fanfare Light Railway has a complete set of them. I thought I
Nice.
recognised them. You can buy them, actually. I did see them listed at Rails of Sheffield. You can just buy them. I think they're in the Lilliput range. Upwell and Onwards says, and hey Jenny, to your question on New Zealand models, 90% of all New Zealand models are kit made, and I'm not joking. A small New Zealand railway tank engine is worth more than a Rapido APT or a Hellion Garrett. 800 New Zealand dollars, or about 400 quid.
My goodness.
And Mac Navi says, feeling your pain here, Zoe. Jennifer Horton says that's 40 kph running, so that's quite fast actually.
Nigel Cole, I love it. Wow, those cows looked almost real.
Oh.
The animation quality on some of these videos is stunning.
But
And
also,
the lighting makes it look great.
can I just point out as well, there's no fencing. You don't have any of that palisade fencing which is blighting the UK railway scene.
You've got to love some people.
Yeah, people
Oh, there's
behave.
a camera. I'm going to look out, and then I'm going to look out again, and then I'm going to look out again. It's like, dude, we saw you.
But yeah, look at how neat the permanent way is. Really
It is.
lovely scenery. And look at our blue skies.
Spectacular. I'm loving this. So this is Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Warbler Productions says actually you can get models of the MAV coaches in both HOE, I think they're the Lilliput, and HOM depending on prototype.
I'm going to move this on a bit. It's a 20-minute video. I want to move it on to something a bit further in.
Oh, really,
this
really
looks
nice. This is a
lovely.
lovely trip. And it's just everything looks so immaculate.
Yeah.
If you were here in the UK, that would be overgrown and there'd be palisade fencing.
Yeah.
This just looks like Happy Valley.
Yeah, the thing about this is, it's clear, two things are very clear. They have pride in that, and they expect people to not be stupid enough to climb over that fence and run in front of the trains.
Yeah, personal responsibility.
Yeah, we can't have that in the UK.
Cameron Patterson says, good night to all from Glasgow. Good night to you. It's been great having your company. And look, you take care.
Take care.
And we will catch you next time.
Yeah, Chris says this is in Austria. It's not Bosnia, it's Austria.
But even so, this is, like, there's a real pride
So
in this
is that
location.
mountain the Alps?
Yeah, it will be.
Oh, I would love to go and see the Alps.
Beautiful. So that'd be a station area, but they've got you'll have steps to get on and off the train, but it's not stopping there.
This is amazing. I'm going to move it on a little bit
This
more.
is lovely. So have you put the full link in?
Oh,
Oh, so we get close up at the Loco.
here we go.
Choo-choo.
Coming in to stop for a second.
Mm.
I love Austria, says Peter Jackson. Wish I could go back again sometime. Yeah, here we are. Look at that.
That is actually a beautiful locomotive. James Pett says, I approve of the Alps. I went there once. Very nice.
I would love to go.
Wait, where are you going? You're supposed to come this way.
You didn't put the handbrake on. Run after it.
Yeah.
Austria, but I see no kangaroos. Okay, we're going to move on now.
I think you're missing an A and an L. But no, that is really nice. So have you put the full link in?
I have.
So we've
I'm
posted
very,
the link to the full video. Certainly well worth a look.
I'm very impressed. Oh, bring it back.
What are you doing?
I pressed-
Showing behind the scenes.
I'm sorry.
There's
I'm
a velvet rope here for a reason.
Yeah,
So-
let me trip
There was
over.
a second video that they sent in.
There was, but we
Okay.
only show
The
one.
rules.
We show one from each person per week.
Oh,
how these things
Jennifer
go.
Horton says, I visited this line in heavy snow 10 years ago.
I bet that was something special.
Yeah, I
to
bet
see.
that was impressive. Chris 1141992 says, in Bosnia, there is a daily service with the BR-52 from World War II on a coal mine. Oh, interesting.
Wow.
And Charlie McGowan's Partick Hill Station, that's your trick. That's terrific scenery.
Yes. The driver did a Zoe and forgot to. I'm sorry, but I did that once. It's not fair.
Yeah, right. So what have we got with this one? This is from Malcolm Moore, and this is American Steam. So if you want to make it full screen and hit play.
So this should be very interesting. Oh, I love the old-fashioned style on the video effects.
That's actually really good. I like your back scene comes out really well with
Yes.
that. I thought we were going to be like a real video there.
I
looking
thought
at
so too. That looks impressive.
That is actually really, really great. And it's a lovely locomotive in the Chesapeake and Ohio. It's giving off the same sort of austerity vibes that the Q1 does. I mean, obviously it doesn't look very much like a Q1, but it's that kind of vibe. This is nice. I do love your caboose.
That is amazing. The back scene is just so good as well.
Yeah,
Everything looks so good. The way it's framed, that looks real.
That is nice.
I'm really impressed with this. This is so good.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Alfonso Lapulsa says, I went to Austria on a school exchange. The ride to school each day was on a narrow gauge branch line, then connected onto standard for one stop.
Wow.
Wow.
That
School
is
exchange for us. We only went to Germany, to Bonn. Oh, so
We
thank
didn't
you
do
so
a
much.
school exchange. I did, however, go to Montdidier for a week in France. That was really cool.
I did a lot with school, actually. I did a lot of trips to Germany. I did Bonn, and I did the Rhine Valley as well as another one.
What is this?
Hi, Jenny and Zoe from the Kitchen Railway Company of West Orton. My video of the open day at Bolton Model Railway Society featuring War of the Worlds.
What's this? Put it on the put it on the Loco roof. He said.
Oh, I think
It'll
like
be
a little
okay. He
cube
said.
cam. Some kind of cube cam action coming up. And yeah, Ruben Ashwell, the black and white effects were really, really good. Alfonso Lapulsa says, another real video masquerading as a model. Sorry, that's somebody muscling in on Mark Wilson's territory.
I believe what we're about to see is from the Kitchen Railway Company in West Horton, and featuring something that Jenny will go, I made this. So let's see.
Okay.
So
So this
she's
is
gonna.
the open day. DJK666 says Hamburg is great fun if you're in Germany. Yeah, because that's where Miniature Wunderland is. There we are. Oh, it's nice to see all the effects fired up.
Yeah.
You don't often see all them done on
It's
account of
bigger
the
than
fact
I
that they run
remember.
on batteries and the battery goes flat. So all the tracks been relayed on this because the baseboards were a bit lackluster. What's the big sign? I'm curious. Does it say "Don't touch"? Does this mean
Probably does.
"Don't touch"? This means you.
Here we go.
Oh, I haven't seen it from this view since they filmed the series. Oh, I like your Network Southeast thing that went round there. They've added a load of sidings and loops at the back. That's really nice.
It's nice to see it being used and loved.
Absolutely, yeah. You can actually see how the tunnels were built there on the inside. It's brilliant to see that it's giving great deal of pleasure to people.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a famous layout to some degree, but certainly it's lovely to see it getting used.
Yeah.
Although I am interested when we come around the back. I don't really see the switches for controlling the points. I'm just wondering if they've survived. No. Unless it's all gone completely DCC controlled.
Could be.
In which case it would make sense.
Simon Trains Modern Railway says, Zoe's parcel did a school trip to Eindhoven once. Yes, it did. Yes, it really did.
Yeah. Oh, it says like put it on the roof, he says. And doink!
Yep.
Hey!
Don't put it on the roof. We've all made that mistake.
Yeah. So it's lovely to see that it's getting used. And actually the track does look good now it's been reballasted.
I love that. Ben Tullett says, the sign says, Jenny built this. Don't blame us for detail issues.
Oh, there's something red car.
Ah.
Spot the red car.
Oh, it's
Can you spot the red car?
Oh, right. It's for kids.
Oh, this
and
is
adults
Engage.
to have a look at. It's like, here's some interactivity. Have a look and see what you can see.
They got donated this layout, I believe. It was in a guy's railway room, and when he passed away,
Yes.
they went and salvaged it.
And it turned out that he got a very interesting way of wiring everything up. The type of
That
thing,
nobody else could work
yeah,
out.
the type of thing that he could work out, but of course he never had to write it down because he knew it.
Yeah. I think is that a thumper?
Well, not Bambi's friend.
No. The could be. I don't know what type of unit that is, but yeah.
Oh,
Network
nice
Southeast is a great livery. That is. It looks like the flying money pit.
I'd say I do like the green
Is
with
that
the white
O-gauge?
stripes. It's
Is
big as
That
well.
is O-gauge, I think. That's
Yeah.
new. We should go down there some point.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had a look.
We could have gone to this, if we'd have realised.
We could have, but we were busy, Jen. And that's our biggest issue at the moment.
Yeah.
We have so much going on.
Oh, yeah, there's this one as well. This is a nice one. The multi-layers.
Alfonso Laposa says, shouldn't that be pronounced Redka?
Redka.
Yeah. Can you see the Redka?
The one that got me, there was Tudder.
Oh, yes.
Tudder!
Tudder. Spelled Tud Ho.
What about, was it Prudder or Pruddo, the other one?
Yeah, Pruddo.
Would it be Prudder? Ben Tullett says, I approve of looking after donated layouts.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says, Class 205 or 206 are thumpers.
The Flying Money Pit. Love it, yeah.
Absolutely.
Jen's not a fan of the Flying Scotsman.
I've got one up there, actually.
Yeah, but you're not a fan of it.
It's very kindly donated to the channel.
Yes.
Sarah Davis says, there's a Network Southeast DMU at my local model shop. Tried letting Everard Junction know, but could only leave a comment on his YouTube. Well, why didn't you tell
look
me?
at that.
Oh, that's nice. I like Network Southeast. I do actually have... What do I have locomotive-wise in Network Southeast? It's got me thinking now. I've got 2 Class 50s in Network Southeast. Very lovely livery. I would like to get a Class 08 as well. DJK 666 says Class 201 is the Hastings. Class 204 is the Tadpole.
Oh, there you go. Christmas layout.
There you are.
A winter wonderland.
And
that looks
that's
so
how to
good.
do it. You can see it's not. Don't go for your big snowdrifts.
Yeah,
Yeah, Prudder. Leslie Gilpin Railways.
that is so good.
I like your bandstand.
I love the way that there's little bits of colour still coming through because bits would thaw.
Yeah. And that's the trick as well, which I do demonstrate. I don't know how much you'll make the edit for this TV series, but you've got to put grass, coloured grass underneath the snow, so that where it shows through, it looks okay.
Sarah Davis says
It's still there, Jenny. The Hobby Goblin in Burslem gives Steve a ring tomorrow. I think it was only £65.
Look at those.
Ah, like a smoke effect.
Yeah, and the spinning wheel. This is oh, that's so good.
So Sarah Davis, so what actually is the Network Southeast DMU?
This is really impressive. It's the one I'm going to skip it on a little bit.
Because the one I wouldn't mind is the Class 108 that they did, but
I have a feeling that one where it goes up a big thing. Last time we were down there, they weren't running those trains. They were running Thomas the Tank Engine.
it looks nice in there, actually.
They've got a lot more in there this time.
They've sorted the floor out as well, by the look of it.
That's
So thank you so much for that.
Right, we've got 10 minutes. We can have a few more.
Okay, yeah, let's try and get up to date. Alfonso Lapulsa says, I have a Network Southeast 108 on my layout set up north, but Rule 1 helps. It was a recent Cascade.
We've lost the...
Oh, dear. Starting to lose cameras again. There we are. We got one there.
Got one that
So
works.
I'm curious. I don't think I've got any DMUs or EMUs in Network Southeast.
Do you DMU?
Yeah.
I do DMU, do you?
Let's just have a look. Network Southeast. I think it's just the 2 Class 50s. I do have coaches in Networks. Oh, hold on. I spotted myself there.
You spotted a shelf.
No, there. I see Iron Horse Railways as well. But look, there's. So this is from Carrie Gillett. It says, hello, Zoe and Jenny.
From Carl and Debbie.
So Carl Gillett. Sorry, I misread that.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, Zoe and Jenny. It was great to see Jenny and everyone at the NEC at the weekend. Here are the photos from the Saturday Monday Club meetup. Keep up the good work, from Carl and Debbie. So, right, we're going to bring this up on the screen.
Wow, Jenny, you look so happy.
I look so fat.
You know,
I'm huge.
Jenny was so happy and so just relaxed, as if you'd been on holiday when you came home from it. But was worried that she wouldn't have the time to see everything. And was worried that she was going just because she felt an obligation and wouldn't be able to enjoy it.
Right. Sarah Davis has sent Zoe a link to the video of the
Brilliant.
Network Southeast. Steve says it's a bit noisy, would need some work doing to it.
No worries.
Oh, there's the PAL bricks. So people were wondering, those are the rebuilt ones that went into departmental use. Next slide, please.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Mike from KR Models.
Have we met him?
Yes, we have. 57305 Northern Princess points out Thumpers were a DEMU. There we are. There's me by the actual real PAL brick. You can just see that. I did test the sprung buffers. I spy Jennifer Horton and Warbler Productions, Iron Horse Railways also, all in that scene. Now, it was very, very hot. And so, excuse me, Leslie Gilpin Railways, that's why I wasn't wearing my hat, because it did get incredibly hot. And Dundas Junction Model Railroad, James says, need to go, everyone, next Monday. You take care. It's been great having you company.
Take care. Thanks for coming along.
so much.
There seems to have been a lot of people
look,
there.
I approve. James Petts is in shot. Can we guess which immaculately dressed gentleman is James Petts?
Which absolute chap.
Yes. It's full on chap.
Wow, you had quite a crowd.
Yeah. I see Skipsy Trains in that one as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had a good turnout.
Oh, now you're all getting together for a photo, aren't you?
Yeah. So anybody see themselves?
It's the Cult of the Gronk meetup.
The Angel of Crew says, yeah, it looked great. This is the Network Southeast thing. Seen it running on the layout last time as the Hobby Goblin. And it come box to Jenny. Steve is a great guy. I know that I have been to the Hobby Goblin in the dim and distant past. I have actually got a locomotive in my collection that I bought there many years ago. James Pett says, I seem to be visible. Absolutely. So I see Skipsy Trains. Oh, you moved.
Sorry, I moved on too quick, did I?
Right, so anybody interested, I think on the left there, that gentleman in the blue top is Skipsy Trains, then Jennifer Horton, and then I'm not sure.
There were a lot of people there, and to be honest with you, it's not always possible to get everyone's name, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think it was Charlie for Cheadle Heath was there. Ruben Ashwell says, I see myself with the Billy's Replacement Speakers t-shirt.
Excellent.
DJ K666 says, I saw James Petts on the Sunday. Aha. And James Petts says, that was a good weekend. And there's Iron Horse Railways in full flow, and I think that's Simon Poole at the side. Did Simon Poole won? Did he win one of our previous competitions?
I
recognise the name.
Yes,
yeah,
I believe he did.
So we've got a good turnout. So Ruben Ashwell says, "I see me and my hand." Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase says, "Oh, there was me. Never mind." So we've got really great turnout, actually.
Yeah, you guys look like you had a great time, and that's so good to see, because Jen, like I say, was so worried that she wouldn't be able to do everything and talk to enough people.
So thank you so much for sending those in. A Rule 1 Model Railway says, "I saw James Petts as well." Yeah, James Petts is the impeccably dressed gentleman. Everywhere you go, is definitely, incredibly the best dressed individual. There was actually a guy turned up, I think it was on the Sunday, who'd actually, sort of put a suit on and stuff. And it was a bit disappointing. He went, "I thought I'd be the best dressed person here." And he points to James and goes, "But I was beaten. That is impeccable." So this is the Ghost Train point of view Halloween scare at Gulliver's World, Warrington, filmed in October. This is from Lee D. Holden.
So here we go.
So let's let it rip.
Press-and-see button-sees.
So this is on a ghost train. We haven't had a ghost train before.
I don't think we
so,
have.
A very nonplussed child. Hello.
So let's move on to the ghost train bit.
Okay, so we're on the ghost train.
You can always tell when an adult has put a huge amount of work in, because the kid will be like, "Yeah,
no,
Dad, it's all right."
Is this it? Is this it? I thought I'd just be playing on my phone. And yeah, the KR models cakes were quite nice. People
there were my goodness!
They had cakes.
Someone has been spending a lot of
Krista
time
Duke
there.
says, "I met James Petts." And Jerry BVR says, "His Royal Highness James Petts."
This looks like a fun day out.
And James Pett says, "That's a coincidence. I also met Krista Duke." And actually, fairground train rides are
fun.
But something you don't often see model. Now, somebody did share with us a really interesting one a few weeks back, but it gives a lot of interest per square inch because there's so much going on. The go-karts look popular, don't they?
Oh, I love a go-kart.
Yeah, in the rain.
Hey, why not?
Leslie Gilpin Railway says, "I was amused on Sunday at Jenny bemoaning old age to a crowd of Monday clubbers with more years each." And Skipsy Train says, "Spot the belly." You'll have to be more specific because mine kind of gate crashed a lot of the pictures. So this is nice, actually.
It's really nice seeing it. I'm going to jump. Oh, what was
there's...
that? What was that?
Rawr!
Yeah, dinosaurs. Rawr. I love it. We're going to keep skipping on a little bit, though, because it is a 7-minute video. What the earth is that? What we got coming up here?
Some kind of mountain scenery. So this is Gulliver's World at Warrington. Not a place I've ever been to.
There's a lot of hard work gone into this to make it look nice.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think it's working out really well.
Oh, I think we're going into the Funky Gibbon enclosure.
Simon Sherman says, "Where's the Pokemon,
Who
Dad?"
are the people following the train? It's like, "Oi, what are you doing?" They probably go, "Oi, come back, you're supposed to stop."
They're dressed up, if you look.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's why they're looking back. I like it. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, this is a good ghost train. There's a lot of good stuff here.
Oh, right. So they've stopped.
Now,
so the people dressed up are going to come through, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're going to catch up. Here we go. Come on. There they are. Hey! Oh, this looks like a lot of fun. I would love this.
Oh, this is grand. This is grand. So there we are. Oh.
Oh my goodness. That was a bit of a jump scare, wasn't it? They got on the train.
Leslie Gilpin Railway says Gandalf is following the train. Yeah, it's like one of those. Do you remember those yogurts in the 80s?
The Fiendish Feet.
Yeah, that's it. That's what he looks
wish
like.
they were still around.
Yeah, I think they were all E numbers was the problem.
I loved them. They were great. Except that weird one. It was supposed to be chocolate and it wasn't.
It's like cheap chocolate.
It tasted like gunk.
That child's like, the heck was they doing? Right, shall we...
Those zombies weren't wearing high vis.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. There was
I said James Pets. I like your pop reference. It says, do you remember the good old days before the ghost train? Was that the Specials?
Oh, I did like the Specials. They had some great stuff. It's creepy clowns. Ooh, a giant head.
It's something out of Monty Python. You expect the mouth to just do that thing and then flowers come out. Right, shall we move on, get another video
One more, go on then.
Okay, so I'm going to move
That was fun, I liked that.
Thank you so much for that. That was like a good, fun little trip.
I enjoyed that. I think that
thank you so much for that. So now we've got, this is that... No, we've already had that one, that's okay.
Fair enough.
So, Richard Swiderski has got Monday Club video. Hope you're both well and Jen recovered from Wally. A video of the Rainhill Christmas Model Railway Exhibition on Saturday the 26th of November 2022. A little show but well attended with both exhibitors and visitors. So,
cool, let's do it.
Let's bring this bad boy up. And Alfonso La Pulsa says, yep, the Specials. And Sarah Davis also confirms that Ghost Town was the Specials.
Ghost Town is a great one. It always reminds me of the theme tune for Farscape.
Oh, right. See, the one I really liked was that they did was Free Nelson Mandela.
With every purchase.
You caught me off guard there. What are you like?
Press the button.
Oh, right, okay. Button being
so
pressed.
Here we go. Rainhill Model Railway Club from Richard Swiderski. Let's have a look.
So there we are. Welcome to Rainhill, home of the Locomotive trials.
That Santa's going a bit fast.
Yeah, look at him. He's getting a face full of soot.
He's getting a bit of speed there.
So, Model Railway Exhibition here today. So, a Meccano San Spiral.
That's interesting. Oh wow!
Is that Meccano? That's really.
That is very cool.
Right, Dunnington. Oh, some nice grass work going on there. And there's a Foden FG as well. That is nice. Nice little sort of industrially sort of backwater. There, I think it's a Foden FG, not Leyland FG. That green one there.
Right.
I think Base Toys do a really good model of it. Alfonso Lapulsa says, "Message to you, Rudy, was my favourite."
Harry Sagewish says that was the Catch Me Who Can. We saw a replica of that.
Oh, the Richard Trevithick one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is that one of the Hatton's Genesis coaches? That might be a kit build. Iron Flats. Yeah. Oh, I love this block of flats, but it's a bit cold on account of it's made of iron.
It's
on an ironing board, so
Yeah.
it's like a really good show of how you can get quite a lot in a small space. West Ridge Mount, HON30. So this
There's a lot of
is
different gauges here.
It's like basically HOM.
That is interesting.
So it's like narrow gauge logging type line, I guess. Or like
love the
was it
American
the
style
Silvertown and Durango?
How do you pronounce that?
Thinair.
Thinair?
Thinair. Thinair.
Could be.
Thinair. Yeah, Thinair.
Oh wow. This is very nice.
Rebuilt Merchant Navy or West Country? Oh, yeah, Pullmans. Love Pullmans. And that... Is that a J15?
Don't know.
I think that's a J15. Oh! Oh, that's Henrietta. Going, where's Toby? I've got that same brake van,
because it is a very long one, so we're going to... Oh! What we got there?
Kingsbridge.
In
009! Oh, that's like, again, you can see how much you can get in a small level.
Yeah.
Nick at Bletchley High Level says, I was supposed to be in the pics, but ended up chatting to Michael Revel constantly. Battle of Britain class, says Harry Sedgwick.
Right.
Richard Swiderski says, play on words, Rainhill.
Right. That is... You've got some of those, haven't you, those wagons?
Yeah, all gauge 1.
There's all kinds of gauges at this place. This has been fascinating to have a look at.
Yeah.
It's a chunky gauge, that one.
Yeah. I like the bridge. Do approve of the bridge. That is... I need one of those for the garden railway.
Yes, you do. That's a big one,
one, isn't it?
A big boy.
It's not a big boy.
It's a chunky monkey.
I like the Coleman's mustard wagon as well. That's pretty nice. DJK666 says, right, see you all soon. You take care.
Just
It's
imagine
been
that.
Great to have your company.
You get an all-gauge Coleman's mustard thing with a removable roof.
Oh, that's nice.
And when you take the roof off, there's an actual jar of mustard in it.
Tannable. Oh, this is nice. I like that. It looks a bit like Tannable. Sorry, the bridge always reminds me of Tannable. That is a lovely layout. That Welsh,
That really is pretty.
Welsh slate mining theme. Single fairly. Some of the bug boxes. There's a lot going on with this. Like the railway sort of like ducks and dives. Very industrial theme going on. I do like the slate to spoil heap there.
I like what Bluegrass has said. I'd be a little nervous with my models on a bridge over a table. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Another 009 layout.
Oh, there's been an accident there.
Yeah. So really nice. This must have been a really good show, actually.
He's got one of those tea things that I made.
Now, I'm mindful that we've gone a little bit late. Double fairly good.
Yeah.
So, what we're going to do now, we probably need to come to an end because I need to go to bed for...
yeah, we're going to head off in a moment after this.
Working
so while we're finishing off, Jen,
yes,
have we had a sponsor today?
Absolutely. Today's sponsor of the Monday Club has been Rails of Sheffield, your one-stop first choice for selling any unwanted items. From single items to full collections. No collection is too big, no collection is too small, and they will not cherry pick. Instead, they will take anything and everything. Get a quick decision, quick payment of money, or alternatively store credit if you wish to trade in older items that maybe you no longer want for something new. Sell to the name that you trust, Rails of Sheffield. Link in the description down below. Ruben Ashwell says, it's been a brilliant stream tonight. I'm glad people have enjoyed it, I must say.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, so...
and I've had a lot of fun building this.
Yeah, that's come together really well. I wouldn't have glued the roof on, at least one half of the roof, because you need to paint the inside.
But do you?
Yes. And I would have put a light in it.
We still can.
You'd have to very carefully slit it with the scalpel.
I'm sure we can
just
do
on
that.
one side.
What I found amazing though is that this... I'm going to put it up onto the screen if I can.
Up on the laser display screen.
We have lost the picture.
Okay.
So we'll have to use this one here instead.
So would you like me to hold it and just give it?
There it is. The chimney. You see,
right.
It goes. Oh. It looks like it goes through the roof, and that's because it does. I had to slide the roof on and then stick that into it.
So I'm going to put this up on the big screen because I'm really impressed actually with
the detail on it is
amazing.
The detail on it is amazing. And to be honest with you, I don't think we need a light in because it would highlight the fact that there's nothing in it.
It's a lovely, lovely kit.
I'm super impressed. It really is great. So Pico, you've done well. I approve.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right. Incidentally, the people will find at the end of the stream that it will bounce you over to another stream that is taking place.
What?
So do look out for the Game Hammer thing. Is that what's happening?
Game Hammer Classic Gaming's Monday Night Live.
Monday Night Live from Game Hammer Classic Gaming with the Cupboard Monkey. So if you want the fun to continue, do stick around for that. But look, it's been great having your company, and certainly we'll be here next Monday for another great Monday Club. And in the meantime, we have got the N-Gauge Class 28 from Rapido Trains along with the N-Gauge Conflat P. The full review of those, and it's the first time we've actually reviewed an N-Gauge locomotive on the channel. They are coming up on Wednesday. Includes a full DCC fit using the Trainomatic Next 18 decoder. And on Friday, we have got a full review of Blanche in 009 from Bachmann. So again, we'll be showing you how to DCC fit that. In this instance, we'll be using a Dula and Haas Next 18 sound decoder and experimenting with getting sound from the factory fitted speaker. But until next Monday, you guys take great care of yourself. And until then, take care and bye for now.
Bye-bye. The train now departing is the 21:11 service to Eindhoven. We didn't actually want to go to Eindhoven, but apparently
Just
we are
happened.
anyway. The train will be stopping at Minetatis, Bolton Trinity Road, Grove Street Yard. A few other layouts that Jen had the names of, but we never showed them on the channel, including that Hornby 001 back in the 90s. And then finally, over the sea to Eindhoven. That's the 21:11 service to Eindhoven.
I believe you'd find that it was called Newark Westbury.
Newark Westbury. Apparently, the 00 layout was called Newark Westbury. There you go. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. 'Cause every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Good night.
Toot toot, I haven't got any sound fitted locos running. Oh, wait a minute, I might be able to
We
find
gronk you a merry gronkmas. We gronk you a merry gronkmas. We gronk you a merry gronkmas. Now let's gronk it up. Jenny, Jenny, she likes the trains, it's true. She likes locos, whether they're green or blue.